Deshun. I'm 20. I produce music, and I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
So then just tell us how you kind of got into music then.
I got into music when I was 13 years old. I used to watch my brother produce music all the time, and the beats he was making was a little bit too hard for me to rap on, so I just decided to pick it up on myself.
Okay. With you kind of catering your beats to like what you started, rapping on, how do you feel, or what's kind of your creative process with working with other artists then?
I like to sit down and meet them, have a conversation, so I can get to understand them and what they're trying to go with their music. And then once I get to know that artist, I can figure out a sound for them and build around them.
Okay, that's what's up. I know I like to personally, I rap, but I personally like to make like basic beats behind what I do, and then work with like a producer to kind of like build around that. Do you kind of work that way as well?
Yes.
Okay. What are some of your favorite artists to work with in the city then?
My favorite is Drew Dini. I like working with him. Me and Mike Regal, we have some stuff in store. Reggie Bonds. There's quite a few people.
Yeah. I've heard of all of those guys. I bought some beats from Mike Regal, but I don't know him personally. But I like the ones that he did. I did a song with Genesis Renji on a Mike Regal beat, and that shit smacked.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Actually, Genesis Renji, he helped me out a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, bro, that man, he he don't know. I'll be bugging him. I'll just be asking him questions like, how do I do this, or what did you do to get here?
Yeah.
I'll be blowing his phone up, and he always respond.
Right.
He's just one of those like dope people. Yeah. I think honestly, in my mind, that's what we need as a scene. People kind of like that who are, like he's getting big and he still has time to respond to me, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and so what do you kind of think about that as far as helping out like a younger generation of artists, or what kind of pointers would you give to a younger artist trying to get on?
Just staying consistent. Don't let nobody change their perspective on what they want to do in life, and also if they have to conform, just make sure they make time to still do what they love.
Okay, so kind of like being flexible but not moving off of your pivot. Okay.
And also just try to gain as much knowledge as possible.
When you say knowledge, are you talking about as far as like techniques, or are you talking about
just like techniques, information about music, how to go about moving around as a producer or an artist?
That's interesting. What's something that you kind of know now that you didn't know and wish you had known back at the beginning of everything?
Putting myself out there, because I'm very shy. So I used to just be in a corner chilling around all the rappers and stuff. But sometimes you just gotta put yourself in position, just introducing yourself to people, let them know who you are. Because then, if it don't work in that moment, it can happen eventually.
Right.
Because they be like, oh yeah, a few years ago, I met that kid. Now we're making beats together, or we're making songs together, records.
Yeah, that is dope. I know what you mean. That kind of speaking up, being able to speak up for yourself and not waiting for somebody to be like, oh, he make beats, or he rap, or he do this and that. So then when you kind of blossomed into that feeling of being able to speak up for yourself, how far would you say you've progressed since that point?
I progressed a lot because musically I got better, and since I got better musically, I got more confident in my style.
Right.
So it just became easy.
Who are some of your biggest musical influencers?
Biggest Kid Cudi, Pharrell, Andre 3000. Let's go on. Wonder Girl.
Oh yeah. 3 Stacks gotta be on everybody's list. I feel like in today's generation, I feel like we all kind of grew up on Outkast. Outkast was one of the only groups that middle schools and high schools was allowed to play, because they still had clean music, but it was still fun and it was still rap. You know what I'm saying?
And especially when he started producing his own music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was yo.
For sure. I think the biggest, some of the biggest songs are when he just randomly drop a verse for somebody.
Right.
And it's always crazy, and it's no matter how long he's out or how far he is away from the game, as soon as he come back and drop that one verse, that song gonna go off.
Exactly.
I feel like that's the long-term goal for me personally as a rapper, but a lot of different artists to be able to be away but then come back and just bless a track.
Right.
So how would you feel you would bless a track after being away for a while?
Just trying to figure out how to be like, 10 steps ahead of the game, like different cadences and styles, approaches, like, working with like multiple people that do stuff that I'm not very comfortable with, but also bringing myself into it.
As far as like engineering, or you mean like other aspects of beat making?
Other aspects of beat making.
Okay. So when you kind of think about how, like, I know Dreamville just had like their big studio session, or like the now infamous like weekend in Wyoming, how often do you think that you and kind of like your group of creatives get together like that?
Well, recently we've been trying to come together a lot more frequently, because, for a while we've been like doing our own thing, trying to get our lives together. But now we're working on something big.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what do you have in store as far as projects or works?
Well, this month I plan on releasing more music a lot more frequently.
Like a beat tape, or like you rapping as well?
A beat tape.
Okay.
And then probably this summer or next year, my official project will come out.
All right.
Like rapping and like instrumentation.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody specific that you're working with as far as like your project, or?
Yeah, my homie. His name is Rakim. He's a man of many traits. He's a designer, photographer. He produces well on the side. So
that's what's up.
We're definitely working on something.
All right. Well, when you hear about like the Milwaukee music scene, I know it kind of has like a negative connotation when people talk about how everybody's kind of fighting against each other. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that people should just come together and work, build on like music and making the scene more better.
What's the next step for the Milwaukee scene with that said?
I feel like in the next few years it'll definitely be in a better place because there's a lot of talent in the city.
Right. I know a lot of people like kind of compare us to like the Detroits and the Chicagos, and they say, well, we need more people that are on. Right. But we got people that are on, you know what I mean? We got Rico Love, it's Tank, and like all these people that are from the city. What do you say that, or what do you think that we're missing that those cities have?
From my conversations with other people, I think it's just how much people are involved within the city. Some people feel like, they get big and then they go somewhere else and they kind of stay there and then they come back here like temporarily and they feel like they're not really doing too much or just showing their face enough.
Oh, okay. So you feel like they're not here enough to be like recognized as that.
Right.
Okay.
So I want to shout out to Mike Regal, Reggie Bonds, Main Key, Rakim. Shout out to everybody that support me. Family, my friends. You can follow me on Instagram at Deshun, DSHN.1. You can find me on SoundCloud at DSHN. And my YouTube page as well is DSHN.
And then what are you looking forward to for the beat battle?
I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody that's involved and what everybody brings to the table and being able to go against the competitors. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all.